All right, good afternoon and welcome to 55 Plus Live. My name is Nick England.
And I'm Leela Peg.
And today is Tuesday, June 1st. Happy June, everybody.
Happy June.
So what's June all about?
Well, there's a lot going on in June, but it's the first, official month of the summer. And I think because of that, it was designated as National Great Outdoors Month.
Oh, yes.
So that is what we're going to focus our show on today.
Awesome.
We are celebrating the great outdoors all month, and I guess really all summer. It's the time that a lot of people are just enjoying the warm weather, except for right now, right?
Yeah. If you listen closely, the hum of the cicadas is in the background in full force behind us.
Yep, and it's getting louder and louder.
I know.
And I was thinking that it was only going to be like a 2-week thing. And
I know, but it's still, it seems like it's like just growing at this point. I don't know.
Yes, I think we still have like 2 more weeks ahead of us of so
Too.
cicadas.
So that's your cicada forecast for you. So what do you like to do for great outdoors? Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Well, I think I was talking to you earlier. We both love the outdoors.
Yes.
And I don't know, biking, hiking. We do a lot of hiking with our family. So I actually went on a hike 2 weeks ago. If you guys want to take a little road trip to Nick's hometown, Lynchburg, there's a great hike that my uncle actually led 2 weeks ago to a place called Cold Mountain. And it was like a 7 to 8 mile hike. Really, actually pretty easy though. It was kind of like a upward slope. It wasn't like too steep, but it was, pretty easy to do and just beautiful. So like think Sound of Music.
Oh, wow.
When, you're singing The Hills Are Alive with Maria von Trapp.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I got to the top. So.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah. Of course, Lynchburg is my hometown.
Yeah.
Sometime after college, I got into like Jeeps, and me and a few friends ended up all getting Jeeps together and doing some off-road trails and stuff. And I've never kind of let it go. I have an old one that I've had for a long time. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I was down in that area as well for Bold Rock Cidery. They did like a Jeep Fest kind of thing. It was pretty cool. So it was nice to get outside and enjoy that nice, beautiful weather that we're having. And it was just great to the mountains and the forests and the great outdoors.
Yes,
absolutely.
Virginia is, I love it. Virginia, it's what Virginia is for lovers, right? Because it's so beautiful and there are just so many things to do. And, speaking of things to do, Nick's got his Washington Nationals mask on. Another outdoor pastime.
I know, I can't wait to go to I'm really
Me
going to
too.
go to a baseball game this year.
I haven't been yet, but
Gotta get some tickets.
Yes.
I feel like they're gonna be grabbed up soon probably too, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So yes, get outdoors this month.
Absolutely.
And go to a baseball game or go on a hike.
Yep.
Whatever it is you enjoy.
Yeah.
But with that, we have a great show today.
Yeah.
That is mostly all focused on the great outdoors. What do we have going on?
We've got Sydney, of course, with the program forecast. Then we have Leanne, who's going to be doing an interview with Pete Jones and talking about some of the gardening over there. We're going to be mentioning the Magnolia Bog. And of course, we have our top 5, which is hidden nature gems is our theme for top 5. So that's going to be a fun one as well. So very exciting show. Stick around for all of those topics. But first, we'll go to Sydney with the 55 Plus program forecast.
Thanks, Nick and Leila. I'm Sydney Reed, and I'm here to give you the program forecast for the next 2 weeks. Starting with June the 2nd, join the book club discussion on the novel The Dutch House by Anne Patchett. On Thursday the 3rd, travel far reaches of the globe with a stimulating trivia challenge in the program Travel Trivia, or engage in a casual conversation on a variety of topics that include recipes, exercise routines, and more in the program Afternoon Hangout. On Friday the 4th, join art instructor Ruth King in the program Basic Drawing. Also on the 4th, ease yourself back into the mindset of a traveler in the program Armchair Travel, Sights of the World. On Monday, check out the fee-based 4-part series, Art Circle, where you will develop your inner creativity, find meaning in life through art, and explore the individual visions of artists. On Tuesday the 8th, come relax, listen, sing, or play along with your own instruments as Valerie Welsh plays from her collection of piano sheet music in the program Virtual Piano Lounge. On Wednesday the 9th, learn how to get organized and what documents you should keep or shred in the program Controlling Clutter. On Thursday the 10th, the program Black Broadway will touch on the history of Washington's U Street, as it was once a vibrant center of African American culture. Local author and journalist Brianna A. Thomas will discuss the rich and unique history and recent struggles of gentrification. Finally, closing out the program forecast with Friday the 11th, test your brain and see if you can escape through a series of puzzles in the program Digital Escape Room. And that does it for the program forecast. I'll see you for the next program forecast on June the 15th. Back to you, Nick and Leela.
Thanks, Sydney. We have so many great things that are coming up in the next 2 weeks of June. So hopefully everyone has seen the 55 Plus Guide and has registered. I do want to, again, highlight Art Circle. And this program is a 4-part series that is led by one of our favorites, Joan Hart. So she is back, and she's going to be in person outdoors at Virginia Highlands Park, just talking about art and art history, and I just think it's going to be a great program. So hopefully everybody can check that out in the 55 Plus Guide, along with all the other programs that Sydney talked about. Yeah. And what do we have next?
Yeah, and so next we'll go to our front yard interview.
Hello and welcome to another 55 Plus Live Backyard interview. Today I am here with a face familiar to many of you, Mr. Pete Jones, a longtime 55 Plus member and garden enthusiast. Mr. Jones' contributions to Arlington County and specifically the Walter Reed Community Center have been many. And today we are going to focus on just one of those gardening passions, and that is his bonsai garden. Thank you for having us, Mr. Jones.
You're very welcome to come and spend some time with me. I don't show this to everybody, so I appreciate you wanting to see it and film it so many can see it.
And we are excited to be here. So tell us, how did you become interested in bonsai?
In 1972, we were at the Arboretum, and there was a bonsai demonstration. And like all good women, say, why don't you do that for a hobby? I said, okay, wife. Yes, dear. So I got started.
That's a wonderful story.
She wanted me to have a hobby, so I got started. I found a local club. I found a beginner's class, and voila. Here we are.
Well, you have a wonderful setup here. I'd ask that you take us through the steps, what you need, and the type of trees, the type of supplies.
Okay, I will gladly do so. Basically, I start off, or get people to start off with, this is a Japanese black pine, and this is a Chemisiparis obtusa, or Hinoki cypress commonly referred to. Something everybody pretty much knows, Japanese maple. And what I do is just start growing them, keeping them alive, and as they grow and develop, this is a 3-year-old Japanese pine, I will put some movement in them, and then slowly, this one is 6 years old, and one of my friends is styling it and growing it for her. This is another one that I'm looking for a home for. And, we can sit and discuss it and put some movement in it. And this is a long-term project that I've been doing for about 10 years now. It's got a nice base and coming on up, so this year I'll probably cut it off right here and start training the tree seriously.
And when you talk about movement, tell us how you create that movement. I see wires on the...
Yes, wires is to get this to bend down. She wanted a cascading bonsai.
Okay.
When you take a young piece like this,
Uh-huh.
you want to get as much movement as you possibly can
Okay.
in it as a young age, so that as it grows, you end up with something that's got movement in it, root exposure, and then you end up with a nice base to say, this is old. Once I cut it off and begin shaping it,
Uh-huh.
it's going to increase in age and its appearance, okay? When you look around in the yard, you can see some that I have been working on for a few years, and we have a lot of fun. We get together every Saturday, or when weather permits. The Pete Jone study group gets together, and we sit back here and joke with one another and just have a lot of fun.
So I want to draw the camera's attention to you. This Japanese maple was once looked like this, and if we look in the back,
There's one right there.
okay,
This one, I let the people that visit come by and work on it. It's nothing worse than not having experience. And when they stand here and say, gee, do I cut this or what do I do with it?
so
I said, I don't know, you tell me. So I let them go ahead and learn this from working on this tree.
what do you feel has been your biggest challenge, or do you hear from others that are their biggest challenge in growing bonsai?
Well, there are many challenges. Most of them are man-made and presented. We're doing things contrary to what the tree wants to do, okay? And I look at it as, let the tree tell me what it wants to do, okay? And my biggest challenge was growing one, and this one right here, for example. Everybody looks at bonsai with these massive old trunks and whatnot. This one is grown from seed and it's 24 years old.
It's gorgeous.
This one I grew from a rooted cutting. It was a little piece like this, that big right there, okay? And now there's one live vein right here that's keeping this whole tree alive. There's the live vein, and we've been cleaning it up this year to get all of the dead stuff out, and then we'll treat the wood with lime sulfur to help preserve the wood.
Oh, that is interesting. So it's
See?
the brown that we see in the image is the live vein you're referencing?
This is the live vein. I'll turn it so you can see it right here.
Ah,
That's the only thing that's keeping all of this tree alive.
so tell us a little more, Mr. Jones, about this particular bonsai and its connection to a celebrity that we all know.
Roy Nakatoshi made the trees for the Karate Kid movies. He's a personal friend of mine. He introduced him to the East Coast in 1985. Roy, my wife had told me, you work it or sell it. So I took it, I sent Roy pictures, and he said, no problem, we will work it, because it was all out like this, you know. So Roy and I stood there and studied it, and we made 2 cuts. We cut a branch off right here, and then one right here. We made those 2 cuts and bent this down, and Roy said, so, you got a tree.
And it's gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
So Roy and I laugh about this even to this day, that it took us 2 big cuts and to bend it down, the branch down, and there we got it.
And you make it sound so simple.
Yes.
And going back to our supplies, can we revisit our supplies again? One of the things I noticed is the majority of them are flat, so that is a desirable shape for beginners.
For beginners or anybody.
Okay.
Look, this is a basic training pot.
Okay.
That's what it's sold for, okay? And the reason you want it to shallow, you don't want a big thing that you break your back lifting. And the word actually translates as tray planting.
Oh.
Bonsai is actually, that's the word, direct translation is tray planting.
Well, that makes complete sense.
Yeah, and when you grow an old tree, this is the pot right here for that tree.
Okay.
So
Okay.
once I get it in there, then I'm going to jump for joy and say, I've accomplished something. Because people see it and, oh, that's so nice. But they don't have the foggiest idea how you keep it alive when you take it from that down to this. See, and that's where the true art comes in. And that's where we have a lot of fun, you know, in learning to do these different things.
And so as the summer begins, tell us how often your local bonsai club gathers and
Well,
where?
the little study group that I've been working with, they stop by once a week, Saturdays usually.
Okay.
People are working
Okay.
and they can't come during the week. The Northern Virginia Bonsai Club meets once a month, but there's very little hands-on experience.
Right.
Back here, they can see how trees have grown and how they are developed into bonsai. And that's what I like, and that's why I enjoy this. And, well, there was some difficulties in my life the last couple of years, so it was difficult for me to travel.
Well,
So-
this is a wonderful thing to have keeping you busy.
Oh, God, yes. And to think, you know, that I'm stuck at home. I can't do anything. Hey,
Yes, you
stop
can.
by. I'll
Yeah.
put you to work.
I was just going to say, stop by and I'll put you to work. And
Yeah.
for those members that are interested, we are going to have our YouTube videos, website URLs along the bottom of the screen, and you'll be able to see exactly how, from start to finish, I believe, the bonsai tree takes shape. So
Yeah.
one more time, a flat container,
Yeah.
2 clippers, a wrench. Was this a wrench? I don't know.
No, that's hair
Pliers.
pliers.
Pliers,
You're dealing with wire from time to time, and they come in handy.
a pine, a cypress, a Japanese maple,
Japanese black pine.
and a Japanese black pine. And if you want, Nick, as we all saw our azaleas just bloom, there's one back there that's an azalea bonsai.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. We are so appreciative of you allowing us to come and talk
Leanne,
with you
my
this day.
pleasure.
All right, well, thank you so much. For you guys that were kind of wondering, Leanne's filling in for Elizabeth this week. Thank you, Leanne, for that great interview. Elizabeth will be back next show. So we have, next we're going to go to the Magnolia Bog.
Yes, we have a program coming up on June 3rd. It's called Arlingtons Magnolia Bog. And I hope that you guys can check that out because I never heard about this. And this is really a hidden gem, Arlington's little nature secret. And it is located at Barcroft Park. So we're going to just show a little footage of Magnolia Bog, and hopefully you can learn more about that in the program on June 3rd. Hi everyone, we are here today on a beautiful day at Arlington's Barcroft Park. It is National Outdoors Month, so we're kind of getting out, and we wanted to take a closer look at one of Arlington's hidden gems. It's called Magnolia Bog. Magnolia Bog is globally rare. Less than 24 of these wetlands exist in the world, and we have one right here at Arlington. So we are at Barcroft Park. I just parked in the parking lot here, and then we're gonna go check out Magnolia Bog.
That's
Should
why I
I
was
say
like,
that?
yeah, you can really hear them over here. Yeah.
Hey, you guys hear the cicadas?
Yeah.
Wow.
It is insane.
Why didn't I bring my camera? I mean, I should have brought my phone so I could record it here.
Yeah, it's.
They're like screaming. Okay, everyone, so I am here in the midst of Magnolia Bog. It's behind the baseball fields and the DMV over at Barcroft Park. And can you hear the cicadas? They are like screaming here. I think this is the loudest that I've heard them. But if you want to really hear and get the full effect of cicadas, you should come out here and take a walk. But this is Magnolia Bog. This natural site boasts 23 plant species found nowhere else in Arlington and 32 locally rare plant species. And Virginia state champions and county champion trees. So if you are interested in, different plants and rare trees and things like that, definitely come out here and take a walk along all the natural trails. We are having a program on this. You can still register for it today. It's on June 3rd. It's called Arlingtons Magnolia Bog. It's from 10 to 11. Make sure to check that out with Natural Resource Manager Alonso Abogadas. But in the meantime, enjoy the great outdoors in June.
All right, and welcome back for our final segment, which is our top 5, and we are focusing on our hidden outdoor gyms in the DMV. So we've got a great list for this afternoon, right?
Yes, and I'm so excited to try going to some of these places during the summer. I mean, I think I've been to 1 out of all 5 of these, and they really are these hidden outdoor gems because. Yeah. I don't know. I've lived here for 21 years and I haven't heard of some of these.
Yeah, this is hopefully gives some people some new ideas of places to explore.
Right.
Because that's the cool thing about this area is there's always new places to explore.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So this is in no particular order, by the way. So our first one is Neabsco Creek Boardwalk Trail. So apparently this is new in 2019, so you could tell that the boardwalk is pretty new, but it's in Prince William County. The boardwalk is part of the Potomac Heritage National Scenic Trail, a network of trails that highlight historic and natural areas along the Potomac River. So three-quarter miles long, and it's fully accessible to wheelchairs, and it makes it ideal for a family-friendly outing near Washington, D.C., and it's free. So looks beautiful. Yeah. So I'm sure there's a ton of great birds and just some wildlife and things like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Next is the Pope Langley House in Alexandria, which was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, recognized by the American Institute of Architects as the greatest American architect of all time to encourage living in connection to and harmony with nature. Designed for middle-class family living, it reflects Wright's belief that garages, attics, and basements were unneeded structures that encourage excessive consumption and cluttered living.
Yes.
I
need to live there.
Yeah. Guided tours explain how every design detail contributed to Wright's vision of a happy family life. Open April to December, tours are $15 or $20 for a combined tour with Woodlawn Plantation. Another spot I didn't even know existed. That's really cool. And I feel like I have heard of this architect before. He's pretty
Frank Lloyd Wright,
incredibly popular, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are just a ton of books on his architecture. And this is in Alexandria. And I've been hearing his name for a long time. I have a friend who's really into architecture and he says, Frank Lloyd Wright, always talks about Frank Lloyd Wright. And I didn't know that we had this right here in our
that's
area.
so cool.
So I think it'd be really neat to check out.
Yeah.
And again, there are tours that aren't very expensive.
Nice.
So,
All right.
so the next one is the Great Marsh Trail. Again, it's 3/4 of a mile, an accessible trail in the Elizabeth Hartwell Mason Neck National Wildlife Refuge on Gunston Road. So not too far, Mason Neck State Park. I'm sure that, have you heard of Mason Neck? I think it's up 395.
Okay.
So not too far, but it just looks beautiful. There's a large platform at the end of the trail with expansive views of the 250-acre Great Marsh, one of the largest freshwater marshes on the Potomac River. So as you can see, it says it's a beautiful spot to watch for birds, including many bald eagles that nest in the protected marsh. So another great place to check out.
And then for number 4, we have the Van Gogh Bridge as one of the most beautiful photo shoot locations in Northern Virginia, as it's a hidden gem, is just one of the several picturesque art installations at Reston's original village center, Lake Anne. Oh, Lake Anne. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go. Sorry. But this also looks very beautiful. The Lake Anne Plaza opened in 1966 to national acclaim and was even compared to Venice's Piazza San Marco by an architecture critic. Wow. Concrete artworks are built into the plaza and surrounding pathways and underpasses. Local Reston restaurants and Lake Anne include a brewery and a coffee shop, a wine bar, and it's free. Wow, that sounds like a great little day trip.
I know,
Yeah.
and it's just to Reston. So again,
Yeah.
not too far, but
Right.
I've been to Lake Anne, which is a pretty big lake.
Yeah, I've heard.
So yeah, so if you enjoy fishing, you can make a trip of this. Go to Lake Anne, go fishing, go here, go to the plaza, go to the brewery.
Lake Anne is not the same as Lake Anna, is it?
No, so
No.
Lake Anna
Okay.
is, I think it's about an hour away.
Got it.
And I think
okay.
it's
That's
even
what
bigger.
I was thinking.
I think
That's a huge one that
Right,
people ski
right.
and stuff on. So
Right, exactly.
Got
But
it.
Lake Anne it's also a nice size. Again, good for fishing and camping.
nice.
So that's one of our hidden gems. Okay, and then lastly, we have Huntley Meadows Park, which, have you heard of that?
No,
Huntley Meadows?
I
This
haven't.
is the one place that we have been, and it's in Alexandria. It's super close. It's like not far at all.
That's amazing that that's in Alexandria. Looking at the picture, it looks like you're in the middle
Yes.
of the wilderness. It's great.
Yes, and it's huge. Like all these boardwalks, they're like crisscrossing all over this huge marsh, and then there's like a bunch of trails all around that throughout the forest there. So again, it's like just amazing. The scenery there, you can see snakeheads in the water,
Oh my gosh.
a ton of turtles, like
cool.
so much wildlife, great blue heron. So this one's quick. And this is one of our favorite romantic spots in
Oh
Virginia.
wow.
So,
Okay. And there's an observation tower.
yep, there's an observation tower too.
Wow.
So yeah, that was our top 5 hidden gems. And so hopefully, during the summer, you guys can go and check some of these out.
Yeah. And of course, thank you guys for your submissions. We always love seeing what you guys send in. And if you want to contribute, of course, fill out our survey. It's located in the link below. And it comes out with our e-news. So look for that e-news coming out in June 6th as well. With, more great programs for June. So
Yep.
yeah. All right. Well, that's it for our 55 Plus Live show. And we will see you next on June 15th. Have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.
Enjoy the great outdoors.